Jay sits bound to a chair, a metal collar digging into his neck. Blood trickles down his chin as a distorted voice echoes from hidden speakers. "Congratulations, Jay! You've made it to the final round." 3 boxes slide into view. Jay is told to pick one. His shaking hands reach out, pulling a string attached to the first box. The lid creaks open, revealing a shotgun. The host laughs. The host thanks Jake for playing and pulls a string to drag a toy that eventually fires the shotgun, killing Jake. Elsewhere, 4 friends arrive at a remote summer house. It once belonged to James's uncle, who took his life after losing his fortune when his wife ruined his investments. The group, James, Anita, Melissa, and Matthew, is there to celebrate Anita's birthday. The day is lighthearted, filled with games and drinks. As night falls, James suggests they play Truth or Dare. Anita hesitates, not trusting the questions, and skips her turn. Melissa asks for a dare, and James grins, telling her to kiss Anita. She refuses, saying she won't be objectified. James insists that it's his house, so he gets to make the rules. Anita, trying to keep the peace, says she doesn't mind. The girls share a quick kiss, and James immediately tries to kiss Melissa too. She pushes him away, and James grows bitter, ranting about how uncooperative his friends are. A sudden noise outside stops the argument. Everyone freezes, listening. Matthew tries to dismiss it as nothing, but the sounds continue. The back door rattles. James grabs a fire poker and decides to investigate, while Anita suggests calling the police. As he steps outside, the others switch off the lights to prank him. He curses, using his phone flashlight to see. Suddenly, a scream pierces the night. It's Melissa again, playing another joke. Irritated, James looks around and spots something hidden in the bushes. He drags it inside, an old camera with a tape still in it. Anita immediately feels uneasy, saying it should be left alone. Matthew agrees, calling it creepy. James ignores them, saying it's his property. Anita snaps, reminding him that none of them really like him. They only hang around because of his money. Furious, James yells back, insulting Anita's sick mother. She smashes the tape on the floor, ending the fight. Downstairs, Matthew cleans up the living room. The red light on the strange camera flickers. A faint shadow passes by in the next room, but when he looks, no one is there. He shrugs it off and goes upstairs, only to find Anita and Melissa lying unconscious. Before he can react, something sharp pierces his neck. An injection. He tries to run but collapses. The group later wakes, chained to a concrete wall, a camera blinking red in front of them. Their kidnapper moves around silently, adjusting props and lighting before stepping into view. It's a masked man. The same host from the earlier footage. He introduces himself as Barry, the master of the game. With a remote, he pulls the chains tighter and begins his twisted show. Applause sounds from hidden speakers, while rows of mannequins face them like an audience. Barry announces that they are the next contestants and starts the first challenge: rock, paper, scissors. The friends stare, confused. Barry sighs, calls a commercial break, and storms off to his dressing room, cutting his hand on a pair of shears as he rummages for props. He returns, smiling through the pain. They must play. Anita wins, choosing paper, while Barry mockingly picks shoot with his fingers. Then he goes down the line. Melissa gets paper again, and Barry punishes her by slicing the corners of her mouth with a card. Matthew chose rock, so Barry smashes a stone against his head. For James, he grabs the shears and clips off one of his fingers. Finally, Barry points a gun at Anita and fires, but only a flash ignites. Instead, he yanks her chain, slamming her against the wall until she faints. When she wakes, everyone is bleeding. Barry appears again, revealing a wheel of pain, painted with bright colors and numbers. He promises them a chance to go free, if they confess their worst deeds. James refuses, so Barry drives a cane into his groin until he talks. Shaking, James admits that years ago he caused a fatal car crash and let his father take the blame. Next, Anita confesses she once ran an adult website to pay for her mother's surgery. Matthew reveals he scams people online and once stole an elderly couple's identity for a failed crypto deal. Melissa finally admits she sold pit bulls from her shelter to dogfighting rings because she couldn't afford to keep them. Barry claps, pretending to be proud. He spins the wheel, landing on Melissa. Her new challenge involves a viewfinder with photos of cities. She must name 3 correctly to win. She guesses Paris and New York right, but fails the last. Barry hesitates. Then suddenly the machine drives a needle straight into her eye. Screams echo through the room. The others refuse to continue, but Barry forces another spin. James's turn. It lands on a drill. Barry explains he'll chase James with it, but then he flips a coin. James wins the toss, so Barry instead gives the drill to Anita and tells her to drill into Matthew's ear, or everyone dies. The countdown begins. Crying, Anita obeys. When she finishes, Barry storms out, labeling a tape Matthew, and adding it to a shelf full of other names. Moments later, he returns for another round called Wild Card. The question, which body part aches the most? Matthew says head, Melissa says knees, Anita says stomach. Barry's own answer is neck. When he reveals the real results, stomach is the lowest scoring, making Melissa the loser. Barry presses a button, lowering a hydraulic press above her head. The machine pauses halfway. Barry smiles and offers the others a chance to take her place. No one moves. The ram descends again, crushing her skull. He laughs as he drags her body away, leaving a smear of blood on the floor. In his dressing room, he removes his mask, revealing scars carved into his cheeks, identical to Melissa's wounds. Later, James and Anita remain chained when Barry returns with a television. On screen, their co-worker, Rebecca, is tied up and tortured. Barry calmly kills her with a chainsaw. James stares in horror, realizing he recognizes Barry's face. Anita finally admits the truth. She used to work for him. Years ago, Barry Miller was a talk show host, accused of abusing female staff. Anita, Rebecca, and Jake were part of his team. Though he was acquitted, the accusations ruined him. Rebecca wanted to use him to get money off the company, so she asked Anita to accuse Barry falsely of sexual harassment and get a payout from the company.
I heard Barry's a predator. Whoever reports them, 6-figure payday easy.
Back in the present, both men are strapped to metal tables with long scars across their stomachs. Barry calls this next challenge Incision Decision. 2 keys lie inside their bodies. Anita must open one to escape. If she refuses, they all starve. James begs for mercy, offering her money again. Anita hesitates, then chooses him. She cuts open his stomach and digs through the blood until she finds the key. James dies, screaming. She runs to the door, but it won't open. It's magnetically sealed. Barry releases Matthew, handing him a blade. He tells them only one can win. Matthew whispers that he loves her and slits his throat, ending his life. Barry declares Anita the winner and releases sleeping gas. When she wakes, the others are gone. She wanders through the empty rooms, finding stacks of VHS tapes with people's names on them, proof of all his victims. She washes herself, trembling, and finds Barry waiting in another room. He sits behind 3 boxes, saying it's time for one last game. Anita reluctantly pulls a string. A burst of confetti fills the air, revealing a birthday cake inside. Barry begins singing Happy Birthday. As he leans forward, Anita grabs a sharp card and slices his face before running. She reaches the front door, gasping for air, but a sudden jolt from the collar shocks her to the ground. Barry drags her back inside, explaining that every scar on his face represents a life he's taken. And now she'll have one too. He shoves her head into the cake and holds it down. She finally lifts her face, thinking it's over. But seconds later, her skin starts to burn. Her vision blurs, her eyes turn red, and she collapses, convulsing until her body stops moving. Barry hums his show's theme while sitting beside her corpse. The final tape shows Barry torturing the famous host who once replaced him. The man confesses that he really did assault his staff, and that the company paid them off. Barry calmly nods, then crushes his skull with a hammer. Thanks for watching.